Okay, so welcome to our team call, and tonight we're going to talk about recruiting and also hitting Success Club at the end of the month tips. So, I need to share my screen. Okay, so I always love saying post like it's your job, recruit like it's your job, because it really is with coaching. And if you want to be successful, that's going to be what's going to help you get there. So last year at Summit, we had 22 people there. We didn't have some of the boys in there, so that's why there's not quite 22. But it was so cool to have such a great group of people there. And this year, I haven't even added it up, but I'm guessing there's probably going to be more like 40 people there. So I'm so excited for that. We do have a breakfast from 9 to 11 on Sunday at the, where am I staying? I really think Pregnancy Brain has kicked in this week. It's been so bad. DoubleTree downtown. That's where Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. And so that's for everybody that's going to be there. And we can take group pictures then. And I would also like to schedule a time to take a group picture, the same thing like we did here at the Heinz, or not Heinz Field, whatever it's called, LPA, but I think they changed the name of it anyway. So. Because this picture, I can't tell you how many times I've used this picture for marketing, for recruiting, and stuff like that this year. So it's really awesome to have those things. Okay, so this is one of my favorite sayings. You have to live now how others won't, so you can live later how others can't. And, you know, it's just thinking about the sacrifice that goes into it. And I can't tell you, I mean, my first 2 years, I sacrificed a lot. And I knew that I had a chance to make this something. So I went all in and I did it anyways when I didn't feel like it. And I made time when I didn't have time. And sometimes I get people and they're like, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm in a slump. You need to figure out why you're doing it. Because if you're just doing it because you feel like you should, or you feel like it's what you need to be doing, that's not going to be enough. You need to think about, for me, I wanted to quit my job so bad. I hated feeling like I got a degree to fold towels. I hated feeling like my boss really reminded me of my mom growing up, and my mom yelled and was very authoritative, and I just hated it. I hated having a boss because it made me think of that. And I just absolutely know that I was not meant to have a boss, because I remember one time my boss was like, so I'd like to talk to you about how much you're rolling your eyes at me. I was like, oh my God, I had no idea I was even doing that. I just can't do it. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. I wasn't meant to have somebody tell me what to do. And that's probably just a part of me being a big brat, but that's okay. I am the best boss that I've ever had, and I don't regret it at all. So, I don't regret putting in those those late nights and things like that, because I couldn't picture a better life right now. And this was at the time when we had just had, I think it was Danielle had just quit her job. So it was Melissa, Sarah, Jesse, and Danielle have all quit their job. Tanner has quit a bunch of her jobs. I think she just has maybe 2 hours, 3 hours a week that she works. Who else? I think Sarah said Christine quit her job this week. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. But yeah, I mean, it's just so cool to be able to, oh yeah, Molly. Molly was able to quit her restaurant job, and now she just serves. And she just went down to 4 days a week? So after she used to be 65 plus hours a week. So cool to see what this business can do for people. And this was a call that I hosted with somebody else, so you guys already know my story, but basically it's important to look back at how far you've come. The journey is just so important, and it's so important to share your story, because not everybody knows that, and not everybody knows that, for me, even though I know now that when I look back, I don't share my story nearly as much as I used to. So I need to get better at doing that, because some people may not know that I had eating disorders in the past. They may not know that I've lost 30 pounds. They might not know that I had $7 in my bank account, even though I feel like I say that every day. Making sure that you're talking about your story and how far you've come. And don't try to make it look like it's easy. Don't try to make it look like coaching is just I just became successful overnight, because that's not what it is. So you want to talk about, the sacrifice that you put in. All right, so we're going to talk about, where do I find coaches? How do I transfer cold leads to coaches? How do I attract local coaches? How do I eventually hook those coaches who tell me no every month? And every time I click next, it's a surprise, because I can't tell you the last time I looked at this. Where do I find coaches? Instagram. You guys know I love Instagram. That's probably where I get 85% of my coaches and customers. Love, love, love it. Facebook friends, Facebook group, referrals, and in person everywhere. All right, so a lot of this, you guys know, I want you to make a list. If you're a new coach and you haven't done this yet, make a list of 25 hashtags for your target market. And I don't include fitness in any of that. I just have, hashtag German Shepherd lover, hashtag love to run, like things like that, wine, peanut butter, but more specific. And what you want to do is go through and listen to the Pot of Gold called Tanner hosted on Instagram, and she gives some really, really great tips from there. Search hashtags for target market, like, comment, and ask open-ended questions. You guys know that's 531ing, and we know all about that. And if you don't know what 531ing, ask your coach what that is. Tell them you just love their posts. We'd love to connect. Ask them if they are on Facebook. Don't invite them to accountability group. Don't invite them to your free exercise group. Just say, oh my gosh, I freaking love you. Your posts are so funny. I just stalk the crap out of you. Are you on Facebook? Because we should be friends. And don't spam. Don't, hey, like just be yourself. Be sincere, and don't talk anything about Beachbody or coaching or anything on Instagram. Just get them to Facebook. Okay, and then making coaching opportunity posts all the time. So here's an example. All weekend, we've been learning that in this business, you attract people that are very similar to you. So it got me thinking, what common denominator does my team share? Then it hit me. We're all weirdos. That must be why I love them so much. I love this pick. Thank you all for the best weekend ever. Never thought I'd be here with a team of 23 amazing people, but here we are. Since last year, I've quit my job. My hubby has quit his job to pursue his new career. Blah, 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 blah. Weirdos unite. So basically just talking about how much I love coaching. And it doesn't mean, you don't have to be like, oh, I paid for my paid off my debt and quit my job. It doesn't have to be huge things. Talk about the way that coaching has helped you in general. Doesn't matter how big or how small, whether it's emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, whatever. Just talk about it, and talk about it often. And the best book for that is Jab, Jab, Right Hook. And that is so good at talking about like putting in little sprinkle posts here and there, not like I'm looking for 5 women to join my team every day, but just basically like, freaking love my job. And then, just something about why you were feeling grateful. And then that one or two posts a week of like, here, click here to fill this out, or message me or comment below. And everything should have a call to action on those 1 or 2 posts a week. But the rest is just like sprinkling in why you love coaching. This one was basically me just talking about, I just hosted a call and my hair, I had just finished a run. My hair was in a messy hot bun. Like my face was a bright pink tomato, and I had so much fun with it. And I got to talk about my passion. And like, can you imagine, like, no, you can't show up to work with your hair not brushed in a bun, and you can't, talk about what you want to talk about and, have wine and swear and do whatever while you're at work. You have to play by the corporate rules, and we don't have to do that. So, talking about, not brushing my hair, working in Matt's oversized t-shirts, not putting on pants if I don't want to, things like that. And just being very real about it. So Facebook, be you. And I hope I have stressed this enough to not try to come across perfect, because that was me in the beginning. And that's why I didn't have a huge amount of success right away, because I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. And I was trying to talk about how awesome I was, that I ran 10 miles. I taught 3 boot camp classes. I ate my salad. Here's my Brussels sprouts I had for dinner. And people are just like, are you real? Like, no. And you don't want to be that person. You want to be real. You want to be that person. I do this a lot. I've seen Tanner recently do this where, you're not trying to say, here's my filtered perfect body. You're like, this is what a filter does to you. So stop comparing yourself to other people's highlight reel, and just making that come across is that you are not supposed to be perfect. Don't compare yourself to other people, because people put their best parts of themselves on social media. Post every day about your journey, whether it's a weight loss story, an emotional story, whatever it is. Just talk about it and talk about what you're doing for yourself, your sweaty selfies, your meals, like what you're doing to better yourself. And that's going to let people know that they can come to you because you live a healthy lifestyle, and they can come to you with questions. Ask questions on Facebook. Today I said I was thinking about changing our team name because, if I was ever running, I would not be happy. And my last name is not Pinkney anymore. So I just feel like it just doesn't describe me or us at all. So I asked people, hey, what couple words would you use to describe me? And I'm probably not going to use any of their tips or anything on any of my team names, but it was like, okay, well, this is a good thing to get interaction. Post often, 3 to 5 times a day, so that people are interacting with you, and then you continue to show up on their feed as they interact with you. And then engage with people who are on your I want you on my team list, so you see their posts more, but you can also make an interest list, and I don't want you to do that. And if you have any questions, let me know, but I just Googled how to create an interest list on Facebook, and actually I think I put it on my YouTube under quick tips, but basically you just go to interest list, create one, pick a name, make sure you pick private so that they can't say that you put them on your dream coach list or something. And then you just add the people, and it's basically a mini news feed, and you can go through there and interact and comment and and that's what I do for 10 minutes on my power hour every day is I interact with those people that I want on my team. Be happy, inspiring, and make people feel good about themselves. If you're thinking of something and you're like, oh, I just don't feel good enough today, or oh my gosh, I wish that my legs looked like that, then you need to take a look at yourself and that message you're telling yourself and put that into a positive, because somebody out there just like you in your target market needs to hear that message. So you're going out and saying, don't compare yourself to anybody but you yesterday. And when people are like, oh my gosh, I needed this, you're like, girl, me too. I did it just as much for you as I did for me. And just put that out there, because there's so many negative people that people want to be around positive people. Be consistent, or you're absolutely wasting your time. If you go gung-ho for a week and then you fall off for 2 weeks, it's just going to hurt your interaction and people aren't going to see your post anymore. So just make sure that you're being consistent all the time, or you really are wasting your time. All right, Facebook friends. Go through your Facebook friends and star all your coach prospects. And you may not have made a list since you were a brand new coach. And I suggest you, I don't care what level you're at, go through and through your friends. And as you see somebody that you're like, oh, they could be a coach, write their name down. And so it doesn't matter if you've done this, if you just joined us or you've been doing this for 2 years. I think it's a great thing to go through that and get more ideas of who to reach out to. And you can do this in your phone. You can do this, your email contact list, Facebook, whatever. And then write 1 to 3 of those people down in your planner every day to reach out to. So those are the new forming conversations that you're going to make. So you compliment them, you invite them to check out the coaching opportunity after you form them, and always just kind of compliment them and say, oh my gosh, girl, I just want to say that I just love your posts. I look forward to them all the time. And I just think you're so positive. And I just keep thinking you would make an amazing coach. And I don't know if you've ever thought about it or not, but have you ever thought, or I don't know if you've, ever been asked or thought about it, but, what do you think about doing what I do as a coach? And they're either going to say, yes, no, I've never thought about it, whatever. Just say, well, basically it's just you working on your own, you being on your journey, working on you, and encouraging others along the way. So does that sound like something you'd be interested in? And then you can either invite them to either some type of live thing we have going on, or to watch one of our recorded What is Coaching webinars or something like that. But just make sure that you're complimenting them, telling them repeatedly you think they'd be a rock star at it. And that right there means a lot, because they're like, wow, this person thinks I'd be really good at this, and I've never even thought about it. And I can't tell you how many coaches I've had that they are like, no, I can't be a coach. I'm not there yet. And I say, I felt that way too, or I know exactly how you feel. But what I found is, this, and people start to think about it oh, okay. And it's a big confidence booster that somebody else saw something in them that they didn't. If they say no, cool. It's not a no. It's not a no forever. It's just a not right now. And I actually have a list of no's. And when people in my notebook, and when people tell me no, I write their name down, because they're an easy follow-up for next month. Hey girl, I know it wasn't the best time for you last month, but I actually am running another boot camp, and I was just wondering if it was a better time for you, if you wanted to join us, because we're actually going to be finishing up right before Memorial Day, right before pools open. I think it's a perfect time for you, something like that. And then my favorite story is from Go for No. Somebody came up for the company, and they recognized the person that had the most no's. They were in a sales position and they got the most no's for the year, and they got like a plaque, and you're like, that's so embarrassing. Like, who wants to say I got the most no's? But the very next person that they announced had the highest sales for that year was the same person, because the more people you talk to, the more no's you will get. And that's not a bad thing. That just means you're failing forward. Make your job look fun. Always talk about what you're doing, posting pictures. Every time you get back from a Super Saturday, talk about how much fun it was. Get creative, make your pictures look bright and inspiring, and talk about your coach's success, talk about your challenger's success. Don't take the same selfie of yourself every day with the same background of your living room. Try to get creative and get people engaging with you. And also, when you make your job look fun and you're doing those little coach sprinkle posts, like those little jabs, people are like, oh my gosh, you seriously look like you love your job so much. And they'll tell me that when I talk to them. I'm like, girl, I do. It's amazing. You will love it. And so that kind of helps you in selling yourself. Facebook groups. So your vibe attracts your tribe. You guys know that I've drilled that into your head, but do it on Facebook. So groups for my target market: German Shepherd owners, local garage yard sale. I used to sell stuff all the time. I haven't been doing that so much, but I have a new huge bag of stuff I just went through, and I usually just put it on and say, hey, sizes, whatever, $10 for the whole bag or something. And then anybody that comments, I add them as friends. And, if I'm ever interested in something, I add them as friends. And then I kind of check them out and see, because it's easier to private message once they're friends. And then you can kind of see if they're your target market, if you want to keep them or not. Runners groups, clean eating runners group, budgeting groups, DIY groups, holistic health groups, things like that. So I'm in this clean eating runners group, and somebody posted these oatmeal cups, and that I'm commenting and things like that. And so then I was able to add this person, and this person right now is currently a coach prospect. So and the German Shepherd groups are really fun too, to interact with people like that, because then you also get puppies on your timeline when you add those people, and you can kind of see if they're your person or not. So how to not be a sleazeball. Join my 21 Day Fix Challenge group post. That's just like, it screams like every other Beachbody coach in the world. So tell them what they're going to get out of it, not why they should join you, but convince them or tell them a testimony or something like that, and let them know why they should be joining you. OMG, I'm down 14 pounds in 21 days. Ask me how. Sounds a bit desperate. If you're, talking about just what do you want? Go away. Sorry, Mac hasn't ate all day. He's very mad at me. So talking about your challengers and things like that, that's one thing. And just being like, I love my job. But, that kind of just sounds like one of those, like, it works like one-liners. And I just don't like that. So, making sure that you're not sounding desperate, and that you're making it something that, why would they want to join you? Spamming groups with your Beachbody photos, just don't do it. You will get kicked out. Focus on building relationships. Ask questions pertaining to the group. Engage, comment on other posts. Add them as friends after you've engaged with them, and then see if there's something you can strike up a conversation. Invite them to your next free clean eating group or something. And don't be foaming at the mouth for a sale. I know we want to go into it so quickly. The best thing that you can do is just slow down. Build relationships, ask them lots of questions about them, their goals, their family, things like that, before you go into any of that. How to not be a sleazeball continued, because I could go on forever. So this girl goes on and on. She was like, hi, I saw that you're also a member of the Charlotte Moms group. This was last August, so obviously I wasn't a mom. I was just in the group for that reason. So I wanted to reach out to you about my side business with Roden & Fields. Blah, 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 blah. You may or may not have a personal interest in joining us as a consultant or purchasing the product, but either way, I would love to tell you a little about it in the hopes that you might know someone who would be a good fit for my team or be interested in hearing more about the products. Wow, Jackie, you're just amazing. My day was good. Thanks for asking. Oh, and here's my credit card. Just sign me right up. Like, that's never going to happen. And I just, like, nothing about that is let me help you. It's just like, join my team, help me out, or send me referrals. And I didn't even respond to it, because I was like, no, all you have to do is, hey, I saw you're in a Charlotte Moms group. Tell me about you. Like, what are your kids? And at that point I would have said, oh, I'm just in here for babysitting. But, that's the kind of message that you want to be having, is getting to know people and not vomiting all over them right away. So how to turn cold leads into coaches. Build relationships. So we've talked about that. Get them into free groups. I have revamped our clean eating group, and that actually, that starts Monday. I haven't made any post about that, even though I have like a big yellow highlighting post about your free clean eating group. I'm adding that to my to-do list. But yeah, so add people to your free clean eating group. I shared the template of what I've done with the meal plan and things like that. Check on them weekly after you get them into the groups, whether it's that or your like free exercise group, whatever. Excuse me. Ask about goals, struggles, and make an emotional connection. And I think this is something that I've gotten so much better at over the last 3 years, is that I'm really focusing on how can I get to know them and ask them. And a coach that I have that's signing on tomorrow, I'm actually so excited for her. And she told me she was talking to Lindsay Matway and Chelsea, or was looking at Lindsay Matway and Chelsea Pearson and me. And for some reason, she decided to message me. I had already messaged her because she liked my like page. I messaged her. She missed it. I messaged her in January. She's like, oh my gosh, I just went to message you, and I saw that you had sent me a message. And we started talking, and I just asked her a ton of questions about her and why she was interested in coaching. And by the end of the conversation, she ended up telling me that, you know, I'm a mom of 4. I've had 3 really premature babies. She was like sending me pictures of how little they were. Oh my gosh, they like looked like little kittens. I couldn't believe they were babies. They were so tiny. But she like went into like her whole life story after the first day. She's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't usually unload all that on people I just met. I just feel really comfortable with you. And that was like such a good thing to me, because that's what I want. I want people to want to feel like I'm interested in them and I can be a good listener. And that's just what you want to do, is just ask about them and focus on them. And this girl could have freaking signed up with Lindsay Matway or Chelsea Pearson, and she's joining our team tomorrow, which is just crazy. And it's, and I really just know it's because I just made a connection with her, and I said, hey, let's get on the phone tomorrow. And I know you have a ton of questions. I'm going to bed now. Let's get on the phone tomorrow. I got on the phone and we had a great connection, and she lives like 40 minutes away from me. And, you know, we just talked a lot, and I answered all her questions, and she, you know, is going to be a great person on our team. And then I went one step further, and I made a post about her on my like page. I didn't tag her or anything. And I said, you know, how excited I was for her to join her. And I feel like, it was like, you know, God put us to cross paths because we both have this passion that's burning in our belly for this. And then I sent her a message. I said, hey, I just want to let you know I made a post about you on my like page. I'm just so excited for you to join us. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited too. So keeping the excitement going too, when you have a great coach prospect, I think making a post about somebody and why you think they're going to be amazing, and you don't even have to tag them, but that also shows other people that I want to join that team. I want to be a part of that somebody believes in me so much, kind of thing. So I think that those are really cool ideas too. Invite after all of that with a message like this. Okay, hey girl, how are things going? So say you added them to a free exercise group. I hope you're loving our free exercise group. I have 2 days to make up today. How about you? And then she'll respond or something. And then I'd say something like, since you're wanting to improve your fitness, I was wondering if you'd be interested in joining our next fitness and nutrition boot camp. It starts August 17th. I provide the meal plans, the workouts, the portion control containers, and the motivation. This was something I was doing in August. I'm also mailing out free shaker cups to my August 10th boot campers and extra things for being a rockstar. Would you want to find out if it's for you or not? And then be patient. Customers make amazing coaches, but also not being afraid if somebody says, good, let's do it. Just say, okay, cool. I just need to know. And if their goal is like, lose 20 to 30 pounds, that's not going to happen in a month. So, say, okay, so this is really going to be probably like a 2 to 4 month commitment for you to reach your goal, depending on what they say. So the best way to get started would be to be signing up as a discount member. You're going to save 25% on your shakes every month. So you're going to save $15 every month, and it's just going to be, I'm all about saving money, so I just want to make sure that you get the more bang for your buck. And people are going to be like, okay, whatever. And then I just say, the only thing is you'll just be charged a $15 monthly fee for your discount. It also gives you access to websites with free recipes, and they take care of all the customer service and everything like that for you. So that's basically, and I just say discount member if it's not somebody that really wants to work the business. If they're slightly interested, then I'll talk about it a little bit, but I don't want to be like, oh, I want to give you your websites and it takes care of invoices and customer service. They're going to be like, I don't want to do all that. So knowing what they want and knowing how to talk to them is important too. And then go for the ask after you're forming them. Well, hey girl, I don't know if you're interested or not, but we are starting a 4-week hip hop dance challenge. This is from last year after Summit, August 10th. I didn't know if you'd be interested or not, but I'm loving the workout so far. Have you seen any of the videos I've posted? You sweat your butt off. She said no. I tagged her in some. We chatted more. I added her to my size group to check out the videos that others were posting. She signed up. We are now talking about coaching. So, you can always add people into your challenge group or do a sneak peek to your challenge groups. I know Adam has done that with some great success. Sarah is doing that, where you do like a week where it's like a sneak peek, and you can, make sure your coaches and you are posting recipes and motivation and things like that, and letting people in there for free and getting them excited to join that community too. Ask them or somebody else will. I don't know if this is for you or not, but you are just so positive and inspiring, and I really just love your posts. I've been thinking for a while now that you would make an amazing coach. You're already doing most of what I do. You're just not getting paid. These are those people that are engaging in your groups, either free or your challenge groups. I would be so sad if someone else asked you to join because I was nervous to ask you about it. It's totally changed my life. If I were to send you a short video describing what I do as a coach better than I can, would you be interested in checking it out? Again, no pressure either way, but I just know you'll be a rock star, and I just have to ask you. And this is the If I Would You by Eric Ward. He always stresses using this method. It works really great. If I would you, kind of phrasing things like that. And they're like, yeah, sure, send it my way. Okay, so local coaches. I'm such a loser. I don't even know what this is. To picking up people at the dog park. I used to go to the dog park like 5 days a week. I don't really anymore because Mac is old and his hips have been bothering him, so I'm trying not to let him run too much. But when I was at the dog park, if I saw somebody like in workout clothes, I would be kind of like drawn to them and just kind of strike up conversation and see, do they go to the college? Because we have a college nearby, and just kind of talking to them about what they do and stuff like that. And then saying, well, and I'll just being like, are you into health and fitness? And then usually they'll say yes or something. And then I'll say, well, I actually run, free fitness groups or free clean eating groups or whatever. Are you on Facebook? And then I add them right then and there. I add them to my Facebook. Every time I get my nails or hair done, I talk to people, other customers, or hand out my card or something like that. But always just talk to people everywhere you go. And the grocery store, I've talked to a couple people, and they'll be like the clerks will be like commenting on what I had in my cart or something like that. And then I'm like, yeah, actually I do health coaching, and I have some free meal plans. Just here's my card, just shoot me an email or add me to Facebook, and I'll send you on your way. And I've done this just like, I always go to the same place to get my car checked, my oil changed and stuff. And the guy is always talking about fitness or something. And he's not like a super fit guy, but you can tell that it's something that he's always like interested in when he's talking to the other woman that works there. So I always strike up a conversation. And like the last time I brought him a shake sample and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to just talk to people, because you never know who is struggling and who you'll be able to change or help. Where people can be found breathing, try there. You'll find people there that you can talk to. You just have to get over yourself. Like, who cares if they don't want to? Like, bye. If they think you're annoying, they're annoying. You're better off without them. But it doesn't hurt to ask them, and nobody's going to be like, you stupid freak, get away from me. So you just have to get over that fear and just say, what do I have to lose? Okay, those people who aren't ready, get them into your 5-day coach, or we have a 3-day coach sneak peek. Get them on your coach live webinar. We have one tonight at 8:30. Share the video presentation with them about what coaching is. Get them into any free group. Use the feel, felt, found method. Like when they give you an objection, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found is, something like that. Use testimonials from other coaches. I have a 60-second videos handling objections on my YouTube. It's got its own little channel. It's called How to Battle Objections or something, and there's 60-second videos there that you can check that out. I said earlier, be real. Don't try to come across with a perfect life, because that makes people feel like they can't do what you do because it's not attainable. There's my 60-second How to Battle Objections on YouTube, so you can check that out. And be you every day. I've had people that, I remember one time I posted something about an It Works app, and it was like a meme, and it said like, all these people are posting this annoying stuff about it work, or about wraps or something. Bitch, go work out. It works, or something like that. And I got so many people that were so mad. This one girl literally was supposed to sign up as a coach that week, and she this was last February, I remember. And she went off on me, told me I was the most negative, disgusting person she's ever met, like blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, I'm so glad that you showed you're crazy before I got you on my team. Bye. And I don't care. That saved me so many headaches. I'm sure if this girl's going to get so bent out of shape over a meme I posted about it works, So, you just kind of have to be so bold that people aren't going to, like you. And that's okay. Everybody's not going to like you. But when you're going to have people that absolutely love you. So that was kind of all I had for recruiting. Then I wanted to talk about Success Club tips for the end of the month. And I want to hear from some of you. So what do you guys have in tips for your coaches or for people in hitting Success Club at the end of the month? Why are we talking about croutons? I want croutons. Foaming is that the same as forming? Shut up. Yeah. Debbie said she posted something. It was like, what size jeans are you wearing? It was like, I don't know, leggings. And people got so mad about it. She's not calling anybody fat. It's a funny freaking thing. Get over it. People can be so sensitive about everything. But all right. So if you guys have any tips, post them in the chat. I would say my thing is just post consistently about coaching. Post consistently about your challenge groups. Make sure that you're posting about other things too, but make sure that every night you're either inviting to coaching or challenge groups. And you can offer incentives. Danielle said free stuff. So you can't do that if you're inviting them to join your team as a coach. That's technically against the policies and procedures for Beachbody, but you can for challengers. So whether
I did it for my challenge group. Yep. Target has these $25. Swell makes them, but they're not. It's like a step down from an actual Swell bottle, but they still say Swell. Mm-hmm. So they're $25. So everybody that I've talked to this week, I told them I was raffling off a Swell bottle since it's getting hot and they keep your water cold. And I've had 3 people that have been on the fence that are like, oh, free stuff, I'm in. And they all signed up. And for $25, because I was pushing so hard, it was to the point I was going to buy a challenge pack under a family member just to hit Success Club. So $25 is a lot cheaper than $160.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. People love free stuff. I mean, what is happening? I don't understand. Okay. Tanner says, or Molly says, last minute SC points are always follow-ups. Yes, because you don't have to have that whole conversation again. It's just hey, I know that you were somewhat interested and I lost track of it. I'm sorry, we had a busy week and we lost touch. But our group is starting May 2nd. So I just was thinking it would be awesome for you to join us. And, are you ready or something like that? Tanner says, go to the bottom of your inbox and follow up with anyone who expressed interest. So go to the bottom and then go up. And if anybody, messaged you, contact you and didn't pull the trigger, go through there. And that's also why you need to be writing down every single person that you're talking to every day. And so for me, I write down every single person I talk to, whether I'm forming them. I highlight them if they're a new contact. I highlight them a different color. If I ask them about coaching, I highlight them a different color if I am following up with them. And that way I can go back from my planner from the last 2 weeks and be like, oh, that person never pulled the trigger. I'm going to message them. That person pulled the trigger. And I will tell you that this week, this is what my planner looks like. It's terrible. I normally have so many names, highlighted everything. And I'm like, wow, I really haven't sold a challenge pack in a couple days. That's why, because I have not been doing what I normally do, which is writing down every single person. So I'll show you kind of when I'm actually doing what I should be doing is I write down everybody and they have a different highlight for whatever your system is, but follow-ups, new coaches, invites, things like that. And, that for me is very helpful in knowing how to follow up with people. But when I look at this week, I'm like, I have not been inviting enough people. I have been just following up. So that's what I need to be doing. Debbie said posting 3 times a day. Like when she's like, oh, I'm stressed out, at the very least, she's posting 3 times a day. There's no, even if she didn't get her workout in, she didn't do this, she didn't do that, she's getting in her 3 posts a day. Okay, Sarah, I don't understand what, oh, it's just a comment. Okay, gotcha. So many people that get lost in your inbox. Yes, so go back through if you're not writing down everybody every day. Sarah says, I have a coach who won't pull the trigger, and I messaged her asking an opinion about a free group, and she was like, we can do this. Okay, we can, if you sign up. Why don't I understand this? Can you just explain this? Am I supposed to be commenting on this? I don't know. I don't know if that's Success Club tips. You're just over there, like not even answering me, Sarah. Thanks. Oh, she's talking about winning $500 from Carl. Okay. So anything else to Success Club tip wise, or I mean, honestly, that's all I can say is just go follow up with people, because Sarah doesn't have a microphone. Did you not hear me earlier? I was like, where'd you get that shirt at? You just like walked away, and I was like, fine, bye. So, but yeah, going through and following up with everybody, and just knowing that, you know, it doesn't have to be brand new conversations that are going to get you to Success Club. Continue to do that every day, because you don't want to just like put all your eggs in one basket. But go through those no's maybe in the last couple months, and people have been like, I don't have the money, da 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 da. And then ask them. And yeah, have them commit to actually buy. Like, girl, I know you've been wanting this for months. And, you know, I had a girl that I literally talked to. She signed on as a discount coach 2 months ago. I had literally talked to her for over a year. And I said, girl, every month you comment on my posts and you want to do it, and you haven't done it yet. And money is always your excuse. And I understand that. But your happiness means so much, right? I mean, what results have you had on your own in the last year? And she was like, nothing. Like, I'm so unhappy. Like, okay, well, I'm telling you, this will work if you make the investment and you just do it. And like, how many months are you going to sit through and say, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. She's like, you're right. Let's do it. And like, so sometimes don't be afraid to give some people some tough love if they've been telling you forever that, you know, they want to do it. So any other questions or any questions about anything in general? We have the 8:30 p.m. Eastern time is the live What is Coaching webinar. So it's going to be, I'm going to do it in live straight from the event, and I'm just going to go live on Facebook, and I'm going to talk for about 10 minutes about what coaching is. And if they stay on that, I'm going to do something like comment if you're here live with us right now, and then I will have, maybe if I can have somebody, is anybody going to be able to join us at 8:30? I don't know, I was going to say Tanner. Okay, maybe I'll have you do the random picker. Do you know what that website is where you just put everybody's name in and it's like random name picker or something? I'll find it and I'll send it to you. And maybe I'll have everybody comment below if you're on live right now. And if they get we'll decide. Okay, that works too. But I want them to be somebody that's on it live is going to be entered, not just like anybody. So what I'll do is during the live feed, I will make a comment, like comment below if you want to be entered into our live drawing or something like that. And then by the end of like whatever, Tanner, somebody, I'll have you guys enter somebody. So I think the prize I'm doing is a resistance band, which isn't super fun. So I might try to find some other stuff I have around here. And then I know you're hungry. Poor starving child. And then anybody that signs up by Saturday will get entered into a Fix8 cookbook, I believe. I have to go. He's so hungry. So Tanner, I'll kind of I know I am. You're fine. You ate yesterday.